It's the latest with Maya.
Yeah.
It's the latest with Maya.
Okay.
Who's she gonna talk to now? What's she gonna ask about?
Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing Zoltan Kaszas in person. Sorry, did I pronounce your last name correctly?
You nailed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, you're
sorry.
doing great.
I'm good at
Well, you were second guessing the pronunciation of my name, and I wanted you to know I second guess the pronunciation of my own name even more, and it's because Hungarians, the proper pronunciation is Zoltan Kaszas. And I was raised here, so my name got Ellis Islanded in like elementary school by a teacher that's like Zoltan Kaszas, and I was like, I guess that's my name. So don't worry about second guessing because I do it all the time.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
um, so today I have the pleasure of interviewing Zoltan Kaszas in person. Zoltan is a comedian and actor. I am so excited to meet you and get the chance to interview you in person. So thank you.
Well, thanks for having me. I was happy when the request came through on my email. I was like, I'd love to. Yeah.
So who do you most admire, and how has that impacted the way you live your life?
Not to be too corny, but I'm gonna pick my mom. She raised me, and she has a real unique outlook on life about doing the things you want, chasing dreams, but also not being disappointed with certain outcomes and kind of just finding happiness whatever your situation. And I think that's kind of the thing I really took from her, and I think that's one of the reasons I look up to her the most.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you. Yeah. She's a unique lady, that's for sure. Yeah.
So what small things bring you joy on a daily basis?
Yesterday, this is a good example. My wife and I went to like vintage stores, and I like looking for toys, action figures from my childhood, like around the time I was 7, 8, 9, that era. I don't even have to buy them, although I did. But even just seeing them, being around them, takes me back to like that time, and that brings me all the joy I need for the rest of the day. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Are you a thrift store, vintage shop? Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, there's something about them. Just the dust in the air and seeing all the old stuff. I'm into it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always so fun.
Yeah. You never know what you're gonna find.
Yeah. So is there someone who, without fail, always makes you laugh?
Comedian, I would pick either Dave Attell or Sinbad. Those two, I have yet to find a set or a video online that isn't hilarious. And no matter the topic they're talking about, they're really funny. In my personal life, I'm very lucky to be surrounded by very funny friends. My mom's very funny, and my wife is like deceivingly funny. She's over there off to the side, but she has some real sneakers that you don't expect, and they'll really make you laugh. So I'm lucky. I'm surrounded by a lot of funny people.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, laughter's the best.
Oh no, it's what I was raised on.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad. Yeah.
Yeah. So who do you consider to be the gold standard of comedy?
Wow, that's a big. I name one person.
If you can.
If I can, man, a gold standard of comedy, one person. Whoa. It's funny because I have names in mind, but then I got to leave all the other ones off, right? I'm gonna go with Sinbad because I brought him up earlier. I think he's if I had to pick one comic you could put into any room, any situation, over almost any decade he's been active, and make a whole room full of people howl with laughter, I'm gonna pick Sinbad.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, he's amazing. If you've ever had the chance to check his stuff out. Afros and Bell Bottoms is my favorite special of his. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna remember.
I'm gonna give you
that.
some homework. Yeah, you can go watch that special.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
Yeah. Um, so I am pop culture obsessed, and I go in stages of shows that I cannot stop watching.
Okay.
Is there a show that you are currently obsessed with?
My wife and I just finished watching Euphoria on HBO, and like watching those characters. We love diving into shows, and then we end up being into the actors, and then watching everything else they do. So Zendaya, yeah, what an amazing actress she is. Because I've watched her in other things, and she's great in everything.
Yeah.
But that character in Euphoria, the highs and lows and everything that character goes through is like amazing. That how she did it and pulled it off. And I think those little things like really make me deep dive into a show like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of clips of like different scenes of her, and
Yeah.
I just love her. She's so talented.
Give her all the awards. She deserves them. Yeah, she's really good actor. Yeah.
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 Yeah. So if you had a warning label, what would yours say?
Oh my! I think my wife would be better at answering that one. I would say my warning label is he's uncomfortable in public. Yeah. So if you sit down with him at like a restaurant and there's a lot of movement, his eyes are going to be darting around at all that. He's listening, but he's also looking at everything. So I think that's my warning label. He's uncomfortable in public, so beware. Yeah. What would your warning label be?
Well, I think I can relate to that because I'm constantly like, if I'm talking to someone, I'm also like looking around the room.
You and me are the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom gave me a warning label of it's just prone to anxiety. Don't overload.
There you go. I might have to borrow that. That might be good for me. Yeah.
I also think will unintentionally zone out because I will be having a conversation with someone and not hear a word they've said. So
I do that a lot. Like if they say one word or one phrase and it'll remind me of something else, and now I'm thinking of that something else, and then I'm like, oh, you're still talking. Oh boy.
I do that all the time.
It's good to know I'm not alone. You know.
Yeah. I feel like we were meant to meet.
Yes, I think this is a good interviewee combo we got going here. Yeah.
I think so. So, what genre of movie would your life story be told as?
I mean, a comedy definitely, because that's the underlying. But like, almost like a planes, trains, and automobiles kind of comedy, where there's like story, there's complex characters, there's a little, little warm feeling, but mostly comedy all around. I think planes, trains, and in my life has included a lot of travel. So born in Hungary and then raised in the United States, and we moved around, went to a lot of different schools and stuff. So a lot of travel. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. I lived in Pittsburgh for a short time and then San Diego. So a lot of moving around in my childhood. Yeah.
What has been the biggest obstacle, either personal or professional, that you've overcome?
Asking for things. Like some people don't have a problem reaching out to people and asking for a favor, professional favor. Hey, can you get me onto this? Hey, would you consider me for that? And I have a really tough time with that. Even texting friends, acquaintances, people I have decent relationships with, and like, hey, can I be on your podcast? Like that, I'll rack my brain all day before I send that text. And it's just who I am. I have a hard time asking for things. Yeah.
I can relate to that too.
Is that right? Like before you reach out to someone for like an interview, you're like, what if they don't want to do it? What if I'm bothering them? But that's what goes through my head.
Yeah, or like with a friend, if I'm trying to ask them something,
Yes.
I'm always like, oh, should I be asking this? I don't know. Are they gonna get annoyed with me? So
That's what. All right. Yeah, we have a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my biggest obstacle for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what is your most memorable moment from one of your stand-up shows?
Whoa. That's all right. I've been doing this is gonna be my 20th year doing stand up, so I got to narrow it down. Winning. I won a competition back in 2013 called the Seattle Comedy Competition, and it was like a really tough competition with like I forget how many comics started, maybe 30 or something, and then it was like a month-long thing. So I had to live in Seattle, sleeping on. I didn't have any money, so I'm sleeping on comedians' floors for a month, and then to end up being able to win the thing at the end, it was it was like a really big accomplishment, and I was lucky to win. And then it helped me so much after that. I think that is my biggest moment is winning that competition.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like not the biggest thing I've done, but it was like the first thing that I think really started pushing me in a direction of being able to do this for a living. Yeah.
oh wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah. So do you have any irrational fears?
I'm newly claustrophobic. I used to not be, and I think it started like 5-6 years ago. I've just I'll freak out and I'll run out of an elevator, or sometimes I'm on a flight and then I'll kind of take a look around and I'll realize how many of us are jammed into this tube, and then I'm like, you got to stop looking at that, and I got to look out the window, and so I think claustrophobia, tight spaces, is kind of my little irrational fear. Yeah.
Yeah. I have too many irrational fears. So I can't narrow it down.
What's the top one, if you have a top one?
I have to look at my mom because she knows what.
Did you have it in your notes? Spiders?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like spiders.
Yeah, my wife freaks out at spiders, insects, anything crawling around the house. Like,
Yeah.
that's her big irrational fear.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fair one. I can relate to it. Yeah.
So, what subject could you give a TED Talk on, even though you are totally unqualified on that subject?
Totally unqualified, but I could give a talk on it. I guess I have a couple things in mind, but I guess I'm kind of qualified for it. I was gonna say pro wrestling because I grew up a fan, but I guess I never wrestled, or I don't have experience in that world, but I guess I watched it, so I'm kind of. You're pretty much asking me what could I go on stage and kind of lie about for an hour and get away with it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would get away with lying about how like investing works. You know, you ever watch one of those guys and they're like, what you got to do is this, this, and this. And they just say a bunch of companies and words and portfolios and no one tests them on it. I think you can just get up there and talk with good posture and then people just give you your money, like their money. And you're like, and then they'll let you invest it. So I think I'll put down like the stock market economy. I think I could come up with enough words to get through it. Yeah.
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 Just use a bunch of big words.
Big words, hedge fund and yada yada, the Dow Jones. And you just keep blabbering until the time is up, and then I think I could pull it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'd believe you with whatever you say about it. So.
I'll be in a Netflix documentary, and I'll be interviewed by how I stole a bunch of people's money. Like he said he was gonna lie, and he did.
Yeah.
He had no clue what he was doing.
So, what is a common misconception about you?
That that I'm always, I guess, I don't even know if this is a common. I'm going to assume this is a common misconception, but in my stand-up, I come off like offbeat and very nice, and I am. I try to be all the time, but I can also. You can ask my wife. I can be moody. All right. All we need is a delayed flight, a cold breakfast sandwich. I get moody about the little things. You could cancel my flight completely, and we could have to spend the night in Chicago for an extra night, and that won't bother me as much as like getting a breakfast sandwich and the cheese isn't melted. Like it's like they didn't microwave it all the way, and I'm like, oh, no, no. And then my bag will fall off, my rolly suitcase, and then I'll flip out at the airport. And it's that I sweat the small things. I think is a common misconception that people don't know about me. Yeah.
Yeah. I can sometimes just like I'll be really overwhelmed and just the smallest thing
Yeah.
will make me kind of lose it.
Oh, that's put that in the checkbox of another thing we relate on.
Yeah.
Melt our cheese. Tell that to all the people. If you're making our breakfast sandwiches, melt our cheese good.
Yeah. So, I love inspiring and motivational quotes. And this week, my favorite quotation is "Stars twinkle not to guide you, but to remind you that even in darkness you shine."
That's awesome.
Is there a quotation that has inspired you lately?
It's an old quote that I like. I love actually, and it's very short and it's about following your dreams. It's by Charles Bukowski. He says, "Don't try." And I think it's great advice for people that are trying to figure out what they want to pursue. And the idea behind "don't try" is whatever you naturally are drawn to is the thing you should be doing. Because sometimes people try too hard to find their thing, and they might be ignoring things that are right there in front of them. And so I really like "don't try."
Oh, I love
Because
that.
it sounds negative on its face,
Yeah.
but then you think about it and you're like, no, that's actually very positive. Yeah, don't try.
Yeah. I like that one.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, that was my final question for you.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Of course.
The best time talking with you.
I had a great time. So thank you. It was great meeting you.
You too.
All right.
Thank you. And that's a wrap on today's edition of The Latest with Maya.
Latest with Maya. Yeah. It's the latest.